Hey, welcome back, everybody. It's Shino, and we are back in all the mods 10 to the sky. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing good. Last episode, we started going through the Wither stuff. We did the Nether battles. We went and got, some of the stuff that we needed out of the Nether, and then we did the Wither fight. Killed the Wither, and we were able to get enough seeds together or enough stars together to make our first nether star seed. And I have since made a second one. I don't have, there's one item that I'm missing for being able to make the crux. I need one more of them, and that's that wither, whatever it's called. Let's look it up. It is this thing right here, the withering soul. Need one of those. And from what I can tell, you can only get this from when the wither drops. And it says there's a 35% drop chance. But brothers and sisters, let me tell you, I'm not getting that good of a roll on it. So, yeah, I think that's going to take a little bit more than 35% because I've killed a lot. It's kind of hard to see how many I've actually killed. Actually, no, it's not. You know what? Yeah, it is. I think if I go into here and I go to here and I go to the bounty board. Yeah, see, that's for wither skeletons. Oh, it doesn't give you a count of how many withers you've killed. So if there's a way I can see, let me know. Looking here, though, I have not killed 58 withers. Remember, we've got this automated. So we are automating the production of nether stars here, doing this process here. So those mystical agriculture essence, they come in, they convert into the shards, and then the shards gather up here, and then they become the star, and it exports back out. Cool. So I'm happy with that, though. I mean, that's what I wanted to get to last episode, was to get that automated. And like I said, I have gotten a couple more, or one more seed at least, done. I have officially finished the edge of my build island here. So this is where you see this line that is right on the chunk border. I'll hit F9 so we can see. Let's do it a second time because I gotta prefer this one. But you can see now we are right on the chunk border now, all along this edge. I'm going to have to do maybe a little bit of work over here to kind of fix, because some of this is between. See that? It's kind of right between where the mob farm is. So I may move this. I may not. I don't know yet. Well, he is still in there. And still not dead yet. That's funny. But anyways, I may have to move that a little bit because I would like to kind of align this with the chunk borders. But I may not. It's not necessary that I stop my build route to here. You see, I've done this area here where it kind of meanders out. As long as I don't have any production in this area, I really don't care. You know what I mean? So don't think that, this whole build's is going to turn into a big square, right? I just don't want to build anything that's going to be production related outside into another chunk. So once we get this done and I get built over here, what I want to get built over here, like I said, I am going to put in a passive animal farm. It's going to come in one of these chunks over here, probably this one or maybe this one. I don't know. But for sure, this one will have at least some kind of build in it. And then, this may have another build in it. And then I may put some production stuff into this one. And then we'll finish off the island by maybe rounding it and terraforming it a little bit. We'll find out. I've been changing out some blocks here to give me a little better, kind of look. So I've got some cracked deep slate tiles up along the top here. Added in the cracked deep slate bricks there. Kind of building and changing things up here to kind of give myself a kind of a palette to work from. I like this. I've gone through this area and kind of finished this front off a little bit. I'm going to do a little bit more here to the front, as far as maybe putting in some grass or some plants or whatever to kind of make the inside look outside. Then it's a matter of just getting everything pulled back into here. We need to start moving everything that is over here is going to have to move inside over there, inside this area. So we're going to start working on that between episodes. What are we going to do in this episode? Well, I think if we go to our list, we are going to be dealing with Ars Nouveau stuff today. And you'll see up here, I've got an entire list of things that I would like to get through. All of these are niceties, not necessities. And a lot of this is going to be, just building infrastructure, not building in automations yet. Okay. Because I want to put in another area for the Ars Nouveau area. And I've been thinking about this. I think what I'm going to end up doing is taking this chunk right here. Not this one. Which one is it? It may be, let's see, might be this one here. One of these chunks is going to be the whole Ars Nouveau area. Okay. And I guess I could do it over here, right? Yeah, it wouldn't be too bad putting it in right here. It'll be close enough to that build, which would make sense for what I want to do. So yeah, I think that's what we'll do. We'll end up putting the Ars Nouveau stuff over here once it's all done. But for right now, we're just going to get the Ars Nouveau stuff made. And then there are a few items within a few rituals that I would like to do in this episode today. Specifically, if I go back and look at it, I would like to get the spawn islands going. You can spawn in the cascading, the deep dark, the flourishing, the desert, the plains, the archwood forest, the village, specifically. And then if we feel strong enough, we may summon in the Wilden. I think that might be something we do. And I could go ahead and get the hostile neural network set up for the Wilden as well. In addition to that, there are a bunch of apparatuses that we need to create. And then I'm thinking I would like to do the Skyweave blocks for inside here. I don't know if you've seen it. If you haven't, you'll get to see it here soon. But the Skyweave blocks actually looks like a transparent sky. So when we put it in like along these walkways, it would be like you're looking up into the sky, even though you've got a roof over your head. So pretty cool. All right, let's get started. So the quest line for Ars Nouveau is pretty extensive. All of these are the different glyphs that you can use for making spells. I'm not a big fan of doing the spells. I might get into some of it. It's one of those things that I always say during a playthrough that has Ars Nouveau, that I'm not going to do it. I usually don't, but I always leave that little caveat there that says I might do it. I doubt I will, but it's there. So if I do it, count your blessings, right? But there's a lot of stuff that we need to do here, and I don't use a whole lot of the Ars Nouveau stuff, but there are several items, and there's at least one item that you'll see that has the star on it. And I think, if I am not mistaken, if I go in here and I put in the ATM star, which is, what we're all about in this mod pack, I think there's some things that you have to do to get that. And I think it has to do with, is it this? No, it's not that one. Is it Dragon Soul? One of these has the item in it that you have to get from the Wilden. I'm not seeing it, but typically, at least in times past, when you were looking at your quest line, if you saw a star next to an item, it meant, hey, you're going to have to do something with that to be able to get the ATM star. So you need to get to at least this point. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. We want to get through as much of this as we can. I want to get into this area so that we can summon the islands and summon the Wilden. And then we'll go from there and see what all we can do. Cool. Let's get started. So we're going to need to make the spell book. To make the spell book, we're going to need to make each one of our typical tools. So let's pop in here. We're not going to do recipes for these items in the beginning. So yeah, it's just going to be a matter of make one of each tool. And there, get the axe. And now we need the sword. And that should give us everything we need for the first spell book. Cool. All right, so let's click on here. We're going to say, yep, give me that. And we can go ahead and click this off. We're not going to worry too much about the mage power stuff, the mana and all that. There's another spell book that we can grow ourselves into. And this, would not be hard to do. In fact, let's go ahead and do it. We'll take that, hit U, and then there, and boom. And now we got the second tier spell book, right? And we'll primarily just do that so we just get the rewards off of it. I don't think I can do... Oh, I could. Oh, no, I can't because I need the Totem of Undying. You know what that brings up? Oh, there's the Wild and Tribute. Okay, so that's one of the items that you need to get. Totem of Undying. We can get that from the Evoker Prediction. Only from Invokers. We can get it from a Village Trader. Every once in a while from the Wandering Trader. And we can make it using Occultism. Okay. So it would be kind of good to get an Evoker. Evoker Charm Fragment. Okay, we'll play around with that. Let's keep going here. We need to, I'm going to throw these potions up into there. I'm going to throw the source gems up into there for now. All right, Archwood. To gain further knowledge of spells, you'll need a specific type of magical wood. It says we just need any of those, right? And I think I've not grown any Archwood yet. Let's go ahead and grab, see how many different types we've got. Archwood. We just got the 2. So no big deal. Let's grab that one and let's grab that one as well. And I'm going to get my tree capitator. Cool. Excellent. There we go. We got a little bit of extra saplings there too. Oh, you'll notice, you'll probably see that there's no more of the starbuckles on the island here. I did go ahead and take care of them. Is that there's seriously a bat flying around here? Huh. Say it looked like there was a bat on the screen flying around in here, but I don't see where a bat would be. That's interesting. But anyways, I did do the Starbuckle tokens. I wanted to go ahead and do that. There was quite a few of them out here running around, so I took care of that already. All right, back to the quest line. We've got the Archwood taken care of now. All right, we're going to go ahead and we're going to head into the Imbuement Chamber. To create one of the main crafting items in ours is Source Gem. You'll need to make an Imbuement Chamber. The Imbuement Chamber requires Source to imbue items. It produces a small amount of source by itself, but can also use source jars as a power source. Several recipes also require arcane pedestals to be placed around it as well. Let's make the imbuement chamber. And that is right there. So let's go ahead and clear this out. Throw those up there, and those up there. And I don't have a spot for those yet, but that's okay. We'll take care of that shortly. There, we're just going to convert all of this. Go and, let me do something here real quick. I want to hit U, and it looks like there are 16 different recipes. Yeah, so you know what? Let's go ahead and make like 5 of these. We're going to go ahead and make 5 of them. Cool. All right, let's grab a good chunk of this. And for now, we're just going to set these up. I'm going to put 3 of them right there. And you just put the lapis in there. And it'll take, some time for it to become, because there's no source nearby. So it's going to take a while for that to form into the source gems. But it does work passively. So here in the beginning, when you don't have the source available, you can just have it going like that. Cool. Boy, I went a little overboard on getting lapis out there, didn't I? Put that back. All right, so that's done. And technically we can do that. We can knock that one off too. There we go. Excellent. Okay. We are now ready to go into looking into source. And we need to make some archwood slabs. We need quite a few of those. We're going to need several source jars. 10 will work. I'm going to try to do better at collecting the rewards as we go along. instead of letting them sit there and pile up. All right, so that gave us just one more source jar there, right? All right, we still got 2 imbuement chambers. So there are several ways that you can get source. The agronomic one, you can put it in your garden, and whenever the plants grow, you get those. You can use the mycelium, which is from Nearby Food. You can do from potions. You can put potions into it. It'll convert them, basically burn them up into source. I prefer to use the vitalic one, but you can also do the volcanic one. So it kind of dissolves up lava for burning it, or any kind of burning solid fuel or fuel. I like to use the vitalic. This, because I have a mob farm, I can set this up by it, and every time a mob dies, it's going to create source. And so it can create a lot of source in a very short period of time, which is going to be pretty cool. So let's make this one. We'll just need one of those and one of those. Cool. And give me 3 of those back. Let's go over to the mob farm. Here we are. And where are we going to put this up at? You know, I don't think it really matters, but I think I am going to put it like right there. And then the source jars, I'm going to put like right here. Let's see if that's close enough for this to work. Magnet. Yeah, it is. Look at that. One's 100% full already. Now that one's 100% full. It doesn't take long to build these up here really quick, does it? Here we go. 4 full source jars and a full inventory. Get rid of all this stuff. Now I'm going to try to see, you know, exactly how far will these things reach. Oh yeah, that one's going. Let's give it a shot and see. Okay, so that's the range right there. That's as far as it'll go. It's no longer picking up any from there. So let's go and kick that off. And we can pick these up. All right, there we go. And I think when I went into here, it did. So there we go. 7 full jars of source. Now, you know, like I said, this is where we drop that in right there, and now we do our gems. How quickly that goes now. Yeah, a lot faster. And it looks like it takes no, not even that. Let's see, that was 3 of them, and we're at 84%. So yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. All right, so we got some source available to us now. So that's good. We've got that one taken care of, and we got that taken care of. Cool. Source stone, formerly arcane stones. With source gems, you can get started crafting the various machines by creating source stones. What do we need to do to make source stones? There we go. So we need any stone with a source gem in the middle of it. And I meant to save that recipe. I should have it here though. There we go. Source stone done. All right, now we need to make the pedestals. So we need to make 8 of the arcane pedestals. And then we're going to also need to make the ritual brazier. That's the next thing we're going to be making. So I'm going to go ahead and clear the Vitalic source link off. And let's look at the arcane pedestals. We're going to need 8 of these. 8 times 4 is 32. So how much more? We have 16, so let's make another 16 there. 17, 18. Yeah, so let's make, oh, I don't know. Let's do, that feels good. Make a few more. 2 stacks of 64. I think that'll work. Put you back up in there too. Cool. Let's do that. Need some more source gems. All right, let's finish making those. We've got, we'll need 8. Gives us to there. Cool. And then we need to make the ritual brazier. And let's do Do 2 of them. Cool. All right, so that opens up all the rituals that we can do now. So now all of these are rituals that we can do. So, and there's different things, right? So if you wanted to, you could hold left click, read about it, or yeah, to go into here and left shift. This ritual can change the weather at a moment's notice. By default, this ritual will set the weather to clear. Augmenting with gunpowder will cause it to rain, while lapis block will cause it to storm. So, you know, you could set these up, and you can actually automate these to do different things. So here is something I would like to attempt here. I need some pink dye, and we're going to need more pink dye. But luckily, we can do that like that right there. It's pretty fancy schmancy, I think. I'm going to change the color on this to pink, pink, pink. There we go. I want to put a source jar right there. I'm going to put one on top. Now, if I flip that, will it drain? It does not look like it. Okay, let's try it with a pipe. I don't know if you can use ender tanks with these. I've always wondered if you could. Does not look like it will go. No, you cannot. At least not directly that way. Okay. What about if we were to use a, what's it called? It's a tank, right? The singularity tank. Can you store source in a singularity tank? It does not look like it. Okay. One more thing to test. Modular router. Let's do at modular router. Does it have a fluid? So let's give this a shot. I think I need to make 2 of these. I don't think they have like a send and receive. I think they can both do the send and the receive. So we're going to do this, and I'm going to select that. See, I'm not thinking, because I don't see source listed as a liquid. So that kind of makes me think, you know, usually if it's a liquid, you'll see it with a bucket indicator. And I don't see that. But I do have the ME version. So that might be something that we could move it that way. Yeah, because see, here's the source cells. Yeah, I think this might be the way we want to go. So like if I could click on a water source or a liquid source, press C to configure. Yeah, I'm not seeing that working either. So we're just going to call that. No, not going to work. All right, let's make the enchanting apparatus. This should not take too much. There we go. That will be this one. And then we also need the arcane core, which will be that. Cool. We mark that one off. And then the Mage Bloom seed. Using your enchanting apparatus structure, we'll want to craft our first seed, the Mage Bloom seed. This will be used to create some magical clothing. So we're going to need, to do this, we're going to need the center part of it, and then we're going to need 4 pedestals. Is what we're going to need to have set up there, plus source. Let's head on over here. Oh, that one didn't finish. Oh, there's a tree right there. Got it. Okay, so like I said, I think we're going to end up putting a lot of this right here. Oh, wandering trader. Nothing today there. Thank you very much. Go away. All right, let's put the, we're going to need to put the arcane core down into the ground. Not here. I want to put it, let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put you right there. On top of that, you're going to put the enchanting apparatus. Goes in just like that. And then the pedestals. And I'm going to have to make another pedestal. Should be like this, like that. And then let's put a couple jars of source here. Go. All right, we're making the Mage Bloom seed. So we're going to need any seed and then 4 source gems. So do I need to make more source gems? Let's need 4 of them, and we have exactly 4. Cool. And then a seed. We have beetroot seed. Oh, I see what's going on. Arcane apparatus was upside. It was on its side. There we go. Good to go. Let's see. It's working. Hey, all right. Now, I want to see uses on this thing. Can we put it in a botany pot? No, it doesn't look like we can. Okay. We need 3 of those total. All right. Let me get some more of the source gems going. We're going to need quite a few of those. I'm going to throw those down right there. And yeah, I'll be back when I get those done. All right, I've already made, we got 2 of these now. And this should be the 3rd one. So that will finish off what we need there for the quest, right? Yeah. Let's check that off there. Cool. And then what does it say for Mage Bloom Fibers? Using our enchanting apparatus structure, we'll want to craft our first seed, the Mage Bloom seed. This will be used to create us magical clothing. So the Mage Bloom fiber. Yeah, so I think we just need to plant this. Let's grab a bucket of water and let's grab that hoe. And we're going to plant, give me like right to here. Cool. Now let me, can we get extra seeds from these? I'm going to clear my inventory here just a little bit, getting just a little out of hand. There we go. We'll hang on to that stuff for now. So let's do, I'm going to hold that. Doesn't look like we're getting any extra seeds off of it. Sure doesn't. So it's the only way you can get the Mage Bloom seeds. Mage Bloom seed. And you can get it from the market, it says. That's kind of nice to know. Yeah, so the only place you can get it from, there's no drop rate off of that. Okay, no big deal. Now we should be able to just take this, put it there, and we get our Mage Bloom fibers. Cool. And do we have any additional? Nope, doesn't look like it. Let's throw those in there for now. And that. And that. All right, that gets us all the way down to the end of that line. That was the kind of the quest that I wanted to get done. Oops, hit the wrong button. That was the quest here that I wanted to get done. Let's take a look at the Skyweave stuff. So we're going to have to get into making the manipulation essence. For this, we're going to need the imbuement chamber. And that's where we'll put in a source gem. And then we'll have to have these 3 items on pedestals around it to get that manipulation essence. Cool. So we're going to need, I'll put an imbuement chamber right there. And then we're going to need pedestals. So this might be a good idea for me to make, several of these. Pedestal, arcane pedestal. We'll start off with 3 for right now. And I think not that. I think I can do like that. I think that'll work. And then what was the recipe that I need for this thing? Redstone, a stone button, and a clock. Let's get a clock, stone button, and a piece of redstone. Here we go. And then source gem. And now this will go, same thing. This will go passively if we wanted to. Or we can put down a source next to it. And that'll speed it up. There we go. Our first manipulation essence. All right. That gives us 6 of those. Get out of this rain for a moment. And what we're doing is we want to take a look at the Skyweave. So we're going to need Mage Bloom blocks, which is we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4 fibers per each one of those. We're going to need 32 of those. There's 9. Let me go get some more. We're going to try something here, just experimenting a little bit. Let's take that out of the way. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. That, if it has any positive effect. I think I may have a lily pad also. Do I have a lily pad of fertility? I do. Drop you in right there. Doesn't look like either one of those is having a positive effect on the growth rate. I don't know, maybe. It just jumped up to 71% there, 14% there. I don't know. It's hard to tell. I'm just going to do it manually for right now, just until I can get enough for what I need. Let's see. That should do it. Yeah, that should be more than enough. All right. So what we're doing is we're going to make the Skyweave block. Skyweave. That's a pretty good amount actually to start off with, isn't it? I think so. So let's go take a look at these. I think they're pretty cool. I said if you haven't seen them before, you're going to be pleasantly surprised with them. So we're just going to put that in just right there. And I'm thinking about just doing it just about like that. See that? It gives us the sky, what we're going to be looking at up there. And it'll take effect, you know, whether it's daytime or nighttime, you'll see the same thing. And it's an actual representation of what's going on directly above you. So basically it's a block, a transparent block that makes the blocks it comes in contact with also transparent, which I think pretty awesome. I think though what we might end up doing might end up creating something. I think it probably needs to go, you know, my plan is I didn't want to go past this spot right here, which is perfect, right? That's exactly how many I had. So I don't want to go past that spot right there. But I don't want it to kind of hang down like that. So let's see about making some stairs. And if we were to put this like, I don't know, like that maybe. Wrong direction. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. It looks pretty cool. I'm happy with it. I'll change. I may change it around. I say I'm happy with it. I may change it around. All right, let's take a look at now the rituals. All these different rituals that we can do. We can go ahead and clear that off. Let's start off looking at this one, which is the cascading island. We'll look at that ritual. Pretty easy to make. Let's take a look at this one. This is deep dark. We're going to wait on that one for now. Let's take a look. So I don't have the flourishing archwood, but you see we can make it. Right? We just need another manipulation essence. Let's get some more lapis, and we'll make us another manipulation essence. There we go. Manipulation essence get. Let's go. Now we want to look at making the flourishing archwood. So we just do that. Cool. And let's grow a bunch of these real quick. All right, that'll give us the flourishing archwood. So we'll have that whenever we need it. So there we gives us the flourishing island. All right, we're going to need to make another different types of essence here. So let's grab those off, and we're going to need to make the earth essence. So it's going to be iron ingot, any type of seed, and a piece of dirt. Iron, some seed, and a piece of dirt. So just like the other recipe, you're going to put your items on there and then put your source gem into it, and that's going to craft up the earth essence. Here we go. That one's done, and we're going to need a couple of these. All right, that gave us so now we've gone ahead and gotten a lot of those together. Cool. So let's go with this that is this that island. And did we already make the plains one? No, we have not. Let's make the plains one. So we're going to need a grass block. This, luckily, I do have Silk Touch. But is there a way I can make a grass block using the essence? There is. So cool. Block. Archwood Forest. And that's going to require two different ones. So we're going to wait on that one too. And Cascading Archwood Log. Cascading Archwood Log. Is that one that this guy sells? It is. Thank you. I just heard another. No! I just heard another explosion out here. What was it they got killed? He's okay, but I do need to get him out and covered. Need to get all these guys into cover. I have not replaced Gerald yet. Won't be hard. Gerald 2, it's just a matter of throwing some eggs. So do that one pretty quick. Okay. Island. Block of amethyst. There we go. And boom. We got the island. All right. We should be able to make the deep dark one. I don't know if we'll spawn it in just yet. But we won't be too hard to make. Or won't be too hard to get. So we can go ahead and do the deep dark one. We'll get it ready to go. And what else we got here? So this is going to require the abjuration essence and the conjuration essence. But that's just going to make the archwood forest. I would like to have this. Creates an island of grass and dirt in a circle around the ritual, converting the area to an archwood forest, augmenting with an elemental arch fruit. With convert to a thematic forest, the island will generate with a radius of 7 blocks. Augmenting the ritual with source gems will increase the radius by 1 for each gem. Source must be provided nearby as blocks are generated. Yeah. Okay. And then the next thing we got to do is the next thing we're going to get ready for is the summon Wilden. So this one won't be too hard to do. Now, this is the first one that you do. If you don't have the Wilden horns, which I do have those, but I don't want to use them yet. So we're just going to do it this way for our force mode. Once we get done with this, though, and I want a different bow. I don't want to use my bow that's in my inventory. But once we do this, you want to make sure that it's not pulling, your stuff. Anyways, once we do this, we'll end up having more Wilden items that we'll be able to make additional ones for. Cool. All right. Let's look at our quest line. We'll knock this off. And yeah, I think that is just about everything we need. So we're going to need the brazier and we're going to need source. So let's go back over to our mob farm and let's kick this on for just a couple moments here. There we go. That didn't take long at all. Go back over to the storage and some are going to be in here. There we go. Yeah, 8 jars. That's pretty good. I'm going to throw that up, and I'll put that in there. That, and that. And then I'm going to put the Wilden one in my backpack for now. And I'm going to put the deep dark one in there too. We'll see if we're going to do it right now or not. I know I'm not in a position where I feel like I'm ready to battle the guy, but I don't know. We might hear pretty quick. Okay, so these islands. Oh, I know something else I need. Something else, if they have it in this block, in this mod pack, is the angel block. Yeah, angel block. Cool. All right, so we're going to put these out in different places. Now, these do take up some space, so you want to pay particular attention to the amount of space that it's going to take. Most of them are going to be 14 blocks, if I recall, 7 in each direction, but some may be a little bit bigger. So we want to make sure that we're not overcrowding ourselves, but we don't want to be too far away. We want to be able to see these, right? So I'm going to come like right out to here maybe, and I'm going to put that right there, and we'll put the ritual brazier on it. And this one we're going to do the island. There it goes. Oh, and the source. Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? And then we got people. Awesome. We're going to want to make sure we've got feral flare. May take it a moment just to kind of register, but we should be covered pretty well here. Yeah, because I don't want, I got villagers here now. I don't want to have them lost to bad guys, right? So yeah, we'll make sure nothing can spawn over here. Cool. So yeah, we've got our villagers here now, which is cool because now we can get into villager trading, villager breeding, and all that kind of cool stuff. Put you right there. Just everywhere where I see X's right now, I'm just going to drop a thing down close to it. And I think we popped that back off. Yep, see, it came back. Try it again in a day or so. There's that one just disappeared. That there. That was gone. Cool, cool, cool. All right, now we can pick this back up. And there we go. Awesome. We got us a little island here now. So let's pop over here. And yeah, we can see be able to see that island here in the distance from our other base here. Cool. All right, let's get another one going. I think we're going to end up putting it right over here. And I'm going to change elevation just slightly, maybe, bring it in about like that. I think that'll work. Same thing. We're going to put that on there. I'll pop that block off. Put our source, not there. There we go. And which one we want to do here? I'm thinking, let's do the flourishing one here. Let's do the flourishing one here. So we'll click that, activate it, and I'm just going to grab some torches. Yay! I think that's just the coolest thing in the world. That is pretty cool the way it does that. All right, we're going to throw some torches down just to make sure. Again, just trying to spawn proof this area. Not so worried about, things spawning over here. But I don't want it to interfere with the spawn rates in my other areas, right? So that's the other reason why I want to make sure that nothing can spawn over here. Cool. And looks like a spot right there. Awesome. So yeah, there we go. 2 different islands spawned in. I like it. Now let's go over here. And I'm thinking we take a look at what we've got left. We've got the Plains Island and we've got the Desert Island and Cascading. I think I'm going to put the Cascading one over here. I think that'd be a good spot for it. So same thing. Let's come in, and I'd like to have it about the same level as everything else. I like that. Drop that down. Drop that down. We'll take that block and Cascading. What's up, big boy? Got a good amount of bad guys spawning over here already. There we go. Got it secured. Light it up. And remember the other day, I was saying, where is this the only place I can get squid ink from? And looky there, I can get squid ink here now. Because we can get squids forming in here. Now, there's a couple of cool things about this island. One, you'll see we've got coral forming down in here, which means that this is a place, this is a warmer area where we can get the Patrick Star bee from when we're fishing. So that we'll spend some time out here doing a little bit of fishing and hopefully be able to get a Patrick Star bee. But yeah, we've got the Cascading Island here now. Ooh, I like it. All right, and we've got at least 2 more that we can do. Plains in the desert. And I think desert's probably going to be one I'm going to put back up over here maybe. And I got a window that's right here, so I think maybe putting a desert one in, on this area here might be pretty cool. So let's do like that. Oh, I forgot to get the brazier from over here. All right, let's do the desert. This has to form a little bit different because sand and gravity, right? So it's it kind of builds a little different than the other ones do. But it'll still end up being about the same size. And I got an extra piece of sand, I think. Sand, yep, I do. We'll drop it in right there. And last one, we've got the plains biome. And I think same thing. I'm going to build it kind of in a line with this. And I may bring it just a little bit closer. A little bit closer than that, I think. That'll work right there. There we go. There we go. Now, one of the things that's cool about these, when you make these, is if you see the biome is changed here to plains now. Of course, we were plains, but if I come over here, this should be desert. Yeah, see. So it not only does it create using the texture, it also changes the biome in that particular area, which is important because, for example, this area over here, even if it just had the coral, if it wasn't the warm ocean, you wouldn't be able to get the Patrick Star bee, right? So it's important that it's able to make that distinction and change those things. Cool. Now, yeah, let's do it. Let's go ahead and we're going to go way down here. And we're going to come in right about there. I want to come out a little ways. About here. And let's do it. let's go ahead and spawn in the, what's it called? It's going to be the deep dark. I'm going to try to do this without triggering the warden. Can't guarantee I can. We're going to try. There we go. That should help. Oh, nope. There he went. Nope. There he went. I got to think about something. I need to do this. Item. We did. Okay. Now I need to go to Deep Learner. Get him loaded up in there. Cool. Oh my goodness. Woo! That was a kill. Luckily, we don't lose our stuff, right? Hey, we got him. There we go. And we're going to try to leave that there for a while. Oh, nope. There's another one. All right, let me kill this guy too. I want to see, though, before I do that, what is the... I want to see, how many did I get for that one? So you got to get 6 to get it up to it. Okay. All right, let me do this. Let me finish doing this and I'll be back. All right, there we go. Killed the warden twice. So we can go ahead now. We can say, hey, we've done this one. Let's give us another tendril. And 15 levels. I should have had that and picked up ready to go. Gosh darn it. 500 XP there. Epic reward. We got an ultimate tier installer. Got 2 ultimate tier installers. That's cool. For the basic storage, I did do this one earlier, testing out kind of a theory, and I'll show that here in just a minute. Building tips. What did we get here? Ars Nouveau logs. Cool. Hostile neural networks. We've got the generalized nether one, and we've got the wither skeleton prediction one. Plus, we now have also the wither and blaze. Cool. Modular routers. We did the water. Take that. And mystical agriculture. What did we do here? So yeah, I didn't have the Insanium farmland in my inventory. I had made it, but I didn't have it ever in my inventory. So got that one done. And then that unlocked the one for the Nether Star also. So that's cool. What's this one? Dragon Egg Seed, which we'll be getting to, and the Awakened one. That'll be another one we'll be getting to. Is that all of the quest? It is. All right. So yeah, I went ahead and added another compacting drawer over here to the stone. And this is set up now to do the 5X. But you can see what did not happen. Let's go back into our inventory. I need to lock this. Lock and lock. Okay. And then I'm going to need a bit of cobble. All right. And this is the 2X, 3X, and 4X. So I need to put that there. Cool. All right. So yeah. So now all this extra cobblestone that is not being used in this area will now flow into this area, and it will go into 1X, 2X, and then it uploads it has a pusher that's pushing to the north or to the right, pushing that back over to here. So all the 2X's here are going to here, and then it's doing it again. So this up here is actually the 4X cobblestone that we're getting all the way up to that area. Cool. And then I need to lock that one also. There we go. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, I didn't want to have just cobblestone not doing anything. So at least this way, we can start growing it. And probably would be a smart thing to do also here for this one is to go ahead and put an upgrade on it. So we can get up to 4.1 thousand of the 4X when it's done. Right. All right. So that's pretty cool. All right. What are we going to do? Next episode, we've taken care of ours. So we're going to jump in. I said we're going to do Geo Ore, but I decided we're going to do Apotheosis next. So the Apotheosis one is going to be the next one we're going to do. We're going to start making the gems and start putting some slots on our equipment so that we can add a few additional upgrades to them. Cool. All right, folks. Hey, thanks for spending time with me. This is Shino, and we will see you in the next video. Take care.